You already know what it is. Your boy DJ Filthy Rich.
Yeah, it's your boy DJ Big X.
And welcome to the We Outside Show. We back with another great episode. We got an actor in the building. He's a comedian. He's a artist. That's a mogul. Once you do three things.
Dad, nigga, hell of a father, a black father.
The best kind. That's the best kind, man. Let's make some noise for Bobb'e J in the building.
My mama's favorite son, nigga.
Hey, talk heavy. So
Yeah.
I like that. I like that you bring that up first, man. A black father, man.
Yeah,
so
sure.
how many kids you got?
I only got one.
One.
It's one baby boy, man, 18 months.
18 months. Oh, so you knew to this.
He's the new father.
Yeah. Congratulations, man. It's the best feeling in the world, bro.
Show.
Yeah. Yeah. They try to say that they try to paint this narrative like black people like we ain't good fathers, but we really the best fathers, to be real.
If you ask me.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? So congratulations to that.
I appreciate it.
So how is that balancing fatherhood with, you do a lot.
Yeah.
You do a lot. How do you balance in that? Because I know you're new to it too. So.
It get frustrating at times. It get tough on my son, mama, with me being, gone a lot, working, not there as much to physically, help when I'm working and get busy. But, you know what I'm saying? It's like I said, it's new. I'm getting better at it. I'm learning, how to delegate my time better and, dedicate more time to being there with my son, spending that time with him and, hanging with him and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
But it's definitely a transition. It's a learning experience, but it's the best learning experience, like, in my opinion. Like, I like it. Like, I like making the mistakes, like, you know what I mean? Like, I like it all because it's a learning experience. Like I said, like, it all makes you a better father. Like, you never stop learning how to be a parent. Now I get it. Like, now I understand, like, damn, you never really stop learning how to parent your child. Like,
yeah.
It's like, just keep learning and, keep moving in a positive direction and everything be all right.
Yeah, it's on the job training forever.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. And the good thing is, really, part of it is just being there, trying to be there.
Absolutely.
Is half the battle.
Yeah.
Because, so you, I know you're from Missouri, but you do a lot of work in Atlanta. Where are you based out of mainly?
Between Los Angeles and Atlanta.
Okay, so LA.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, man, you've been in the business a long time. You basically grew up in this business.
I'm going about 20 years strong. Yeah.
20 years?
21 years. Yeah. 21, 22 years.
And you started, you was like 6?
Yeah. Yeah, I just turned 27 in February.
So how is it, I like asking people who've been in the business for a long time. So you younger, do you know who Emmanuel Lewis is? Webster?
Yeah, I know of him, yeah.
Okay, so he was like the first black child star back in the 80s.
Well, don't say the first black child star.
Who was?
You had Gary Coleman before him now.
Was he first?
That was different.
All right, so he was the second.
Yeah, he was the second.
Big fucking difference. No, you're right though. All right, so the second childhood star. So I was asking him questions because, not to sound racist.
No, you good.
But when them white kids grow up in the business, they be on heroin and all type of shit, and you find their managers be fucking them in the butt and all type of crazy shit. Like, how do you? Just saying, man. You hear these war stories in L.A. How do you?
Industry is wild.
How did you navigate as a kid? Did you have like your parents around?
Yeah. My mother was very hands-on with my career. It wasn't like taking me going nowhere with a manager or nothing like that. Like, my mama was very hands-on. Like, it wasn't none of that. I had a strong foundation. So I feel bad for the ones that did have bad experiences in Hollywood. I was blessed and fortunate enough to have a strong foundation to where my experience was, it was smooth.
And black parents don't play that shit?
Absolutely
You
not.
taking my kid where to do what?
Yeah.
So what-
absolutely. That was my mama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where did you get your start at? Like, I know you started at an early age, so where did you get your start?
I did the Apollo Theater when I was about 5 years old. They used to do a kids segment, and they came to Kansas City, local mall, Independence Mall, and I guess you could say auditioned at the mall and performed rapping Bow Wow. And from there, they flew me to New York, and I performed on the actual show, on TV. And then I went back home. Probably a month or so went by. They called me back, let me know I made the finals.
Okay.
And then for the finals, we had to gather the money to fly back on our own. Though that was like the catch to it, I guess. So
it's always a catch.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's why my city's so special to me, because without my city, I'd have never got to even. You know what I mean? Like, everybody from around my city donated, from people at my local barbershop, my mama's church, like my daycare center. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was pulling donations from everywhere to be able to, you know what I mean, take that trip. So that's why my city's so special to me, because I couldn't have did it without them. You feel me? So
super hard.
Yeah, we took up all the donations, and we was able to fly out, and I won the finals. I won the grand prize. And from there, I went on to do like a lot of different talk shows. And, I did like Sally Jesse Raphael. And,
Don't nobody remember.
yeah.
Yeah, the lady with the red glasses.
Right.
Yeah. Like, if you got to be like,
We
y'all
own,
niggas
we
ain't
own,
shit.
nigga. we own them.
Niggas are y'all.
Niggas my age don't even know who them people is, but yeah. So it's like I did all that. And
You were performing on there?
yeah, I was rapping and you know what I mean, talking to the like hosts or whatever. They were like interviewing.
Do you remember
I guess slightly, like a little bit, but like I just remember one thing I can remember is how when they asking me like, "Do you got a girlfriend?" I would be like, "Yeah."
You were saying yeah?
Yeah.
'Cause you
ain't
had-
sniff no type of coochie. Ain't still think girls got the cooties.
Yeah, but I got
Capping.
one though.
I was probably one of the first niggas capping on TV. I ain't lying, y'all. I was on them. I was like, yeah, I got a girlfriend.
Yeah.
How many? 100? I don't even know 100 people. But yeah, bro, I used to so
Boy, put
because
it
of
on
that.
for the city.
Yeah, just because of that, I guess people took a liking to my personality, like this outspoken kid, like this kid just funny. You know what I'm saying? So from there, a lady by the name of Lauren Lloyd reached out to my mama and suggested that I get into acting. So from there, it was a movie by the title My Baby's Daddy, starring Eddie Griffin and Anthony Anderson. And I remember I never had no acting experience or nothing like that. I didn't have an audition tape or nothing like that.
How old are you at this time?
I'm about 6. I'm probably about 6 years old at this time. I'm probably 6. Yeah, so the only thing they had of me was my performance on the Apollo. And once again, it circled back to why I love, you know what I mean, my city and where I'm from. Because, like I said, the star of this movie is Eddie Griffin, who's also from Kansas City, Missouri.
I ain't know that.
Absolutely.
Eddie Griffin's from Kansas City.
Yes,
Damn,
sir.
I ain't know that.
Absolutely, yeah. So,
Okay.
the producers went to Eddie Griffin and they was like, "Hey, we have this kid. He won't have no audition tape or no acting experience, but he's from Kansas City and he did a performance on Apollo." And Eddie Griffin was like, "Stop. He's where? He's from where? He's from Kansas City. Well, get him out here. Let's do it." You know what I mean? With no knowledge of who I was, no knowledge of what I could do on the camera. Like, because that little boy from where I'm from, we gonna give him a shot. You know what I'm saying? And once again, that's something that home, you know what I mean, being from where I'm from got me where I'm going, you know what I mean, where I'm at, you know what I mean? So yeah, from there, I did My Baby's Daddy, and from there, then I started doing different auditions and different things like that, and I auditioned for Tracy Morgan's show, and I booked the Tracy Morgan show, and from there, that's when the acting kind of took off for me. I used to do a lot of interviews, had a crush on Raven Simone, would say it, manifested myself into doing That's So Raven. Like, it was like, everything just, it happened fast, but it's like, I remember how it all unfolded. But yeah, the start was the Apollo, man. And it was,
This is Steve Harvey Apollo.
Nah, Rudy Rush.
Damn, Rudy Rush.
Yeah, Rudy Rush.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you were super young because Rudy Rush was before
Or Steve, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
This was about 2000, 2001 maybe.
So you never had any professional training as far as acting before they just threw you in the movies?
Yeah, they just kind of threw me in. And
So your first scene was like when they like cameras rolling. What was your like? Can you remember like your first scene?
all I can remember is not really knowing. I think it was I had trouble understanding when I was supposed to, like, my cue, like when I was supposed to talk. So it was like they would get to my part and it'd be a long silence.
Were you nervous?
Cause I wasn't really nervous, but it was like, shit,
He's 6.
I'm 6 and I'm like, shit cool as a motherfucker. Like, what this shit tight?
Cameras and
So
lights.
this how niggas like, cause I swear to God, like what's dope is, like what's crazy is I used to always wonder, like before I got into acting, before I got into TV, I used to watch TV. I remember I used to, and it's crazy because my grandma, I used to go to Stockton. My grandma used to live in Stockton, Missouri. I used to go visit my grandma, and I remember I used to sit on her bed and watch TV with her. And I remember I asked her one day, I said, "Grandma, like how do the people get inside of the TV? Do they like climb in the TV and then come back out and go home? Like when it's time to go home when they done?" Like she was like, "Yep." I was like, "Well, can I climb in the TV?" Like, I want to climb the TV. She was like, "Yeah, you can climb the TV." And little did you know what I mean? Little did I know, I ended up climbing my ass in the TV. Just not the way she said it was gonna happen, but
Yeah.
I ended up getting into the TV. And yeah, man, like it just kind of was one of them things where like I feel like it was a divine thing. It was just meant, like, it was some shit was just meant to happen. Because I just never, I don't really think I ever had an interest in acting per se. Like I said, it just, they threw me in there. And like, but once I got the hang of it, like, once I got over the fact, like, all right, this some cool ass shit. Like, nigga, I'm not at nobody's school right now. I'm not on no motherfucking nap time mat right now. Nigga, I'm kicking it with grown folks. Nigga, I can't be in a room with grown folks right now. I'm 6 years old. I come from the era of you can't even eat at the table with grown folks.
Exactly.
Nigga, I didn't have a steak till I was about 17, bro. Like, we had hot dogs and shit at the barbecue and hamburgers. We ate kid food. Like, we couldn't even, these kids get lobster tails. I didn't know what Alfredo was till I was a teenager. Like, certain shit, like, that's why it's dope. Like, but like, nigga, so for me to just be working with grown-ups, like, that was just the coolest thing in the world for me. So to me, it had me, I won't say nervous, but it was like, I was kind of taking it in. But once I got past the fact, like, all right, now it was like, it kind of like kicked in. Like, I'm a competitive nigga, so like, now it's time to show these niggas, like, I belong here, I guess. I've always been that way. Like, anything you could do, I could do better. So that's kind of been my drive. Like, nigga, I don't care if I'm 6, 16, 17, and you're 60. I'm a hold my own in this scene. You know what I'm saying? So that became like my motivation, no matter who was in the scene, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Like, and yeah, from there it kind of took off. Like I said, I really never had no training. The only thing I ever had like coaching on was like reading. Like, I didn't learn. I didn't learn how to read yet. Like, so my mama would like coach me how to read my script. Yeah, you know what I mean. And at times, like when I did Tracy Morgan show, they employed a dialogue coach. But shit, I'm gonna let the cat out the bag now, man. I did what the fuck I wanted to do.
Because that was what I was gonna ask you.
I did, and my mama used to say it how they say it. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do what I want to do. I got a lot of ass whoopings, but this shit got me far. Doing what the fuck I want to do. See what I'm saying, mama? Sometimes you gotta let a nigga be me. You know what I'm saying? See what I'm saying, mama? See what I did? See how far I got as mama just being me? I took these ass whoopings for this shit.
Yeah. Because I was thinking, like, even with one thing I do know about acting is you have to remember a lot of lines. Yeah. So did you find that difficult? I know because you were saying you couldn't read, but like once you learned how to read.
Once I learned how to read and once I got a little older, I never really understood what it was, but I've always had the ability to kind of look at a page and like if I study that page for maybe a minute or two, I can damn near recite that whole page to you. Like, in my brain, I didn't know that I had photographic memory. That's basically I got a photographic memory, but I didn't understand it until I got a little older. And I'm gonna tell you who made me understand it. Nick Cannon has a photographic memory, and we was in a conversation one day about how he remembers his lines, and he was like, "Well, I have a photo because he gave me a talk show at one point, and I was asking him like, when you don't got a teleprompter, how do you remember your monologue?" He was like, "Well, I got a photographic memory." I was like, what that mean? He was like, my brain kind of just, you know what I mean? I look at a page and it basically just takes a picture of that page. I can recite that page. And I'm like, damn, I got that. That's what happens to me. That's how I'm able to do it. Like, because even when I couldn't read, I knew what I seen on the page. I just didn't know what the fuck it said. Now, for real, like, I didn't know what the fuck it said. So that was my, like, but now once I had that conversation with Nick, I'm like, damn, so that's what I got. Like, that's a dope thing. Like, so it's a thing. Like, it's something that it's not, you know what I mean? Because I never understood what it was. I'm thinking everybody's brain work like that. Like, maybe that's just how it go. Like,
hell no, I wish I had that.
I always wondered about child actors like that because I was like, most of them, like, they could barely read. Like, and I know, like you said,
but yeah, when I really, like, before I could really read, just my mama would go over my lines with me.
And they feed you the lines, I'm assuming.
In certain instances, but I can't never really remember a time where I was fed my lines. Like, it was kind of just like, nigga, just, you know what I mean, go. You know what I mean? Like, I never, like I said, once I knew what remembering the lines was never a problem. Especially after, like, my mama would recite them to me and tell me what it was just always the cues that was always be my problem. Like, I had a photographic memory, but I was easily distracted in the motherfucker. That was my problem too. Like, especially when we got to doing like Tracy Morgan show, we had a live audience, so I get to seeing these people. Like, then we might fly somebody out. I might see a family member in the crowd. I'm like, damn, that's my people. Like, this shit real. They got me in Hollywood. They got my peoples in there, motherfucker. Nigga, we made it. Like,
they're like, Bobb'e, here's your turn.
Cut. My bad, peoples, my bad. Listen, my bad. I figured out. But yeah, once I got past that part of like being like excited about it and realized like, all right, nigga, I'm at a job. Which surprisingly, I came to that reality pretty quick. Like, during the course of my first season of Tracy Morgan show, I came into like I developed a kind of a level of professionalism with understanding that I'm here to work. You know what I mean? And I credit my peers and my OGs, John Witherspoon, Heavy D, Cat Williams, Long Live John and Hev. You know what I mean? Like I said, I've been blessed to work with a lot of legends. So like it's crazy just to look back on things like that. But yeah, like I said, learning from people like that, Tracy Morgan, Tamala Jones, you know what I mean? Like heavy hitters. Yeah, like heavy hitters, like real heavy hitters when it comes to acting. So, and learning just that level of professionalism at a young age, and at the end of the day, like there's gonna be time to enjoy yourself, have fun, play. But when we here to work, when we on that stage, we on that camera, it's, you know what I mean, it's time to get this work done, you know what I mean? But as a kid, everything's fun to you. Like I said, I'm just happy I'm not at school. Like I get to do school right here, and then y'all whenever y'all feel like I gotta come be on this camera, y'all pull me from school. I go back and y'all pull me. Like I get to do school in spurts of 30 minutes an hour. I don't never gotta be at school for no 8 straight hours.
Sitting in the classroom.
And if I do, when I do gotta be at school for 8 straight hours, I done been working for the last few months, so I'm cool. Now I wanna go see some other kids. Now I'm tired of the adults saying, well, they tired of me.
You're right.
I wanna go see some niggas that might look like me, just like y'all wanna go hang with some grown folks. Hell out my face too. See ya. You know
so I want to go back to something you said earlier.
Yeah.
So you were on That's So Raven.
For sure.
And you had a crush on Raven.
Yeah.
What is that like? A lot of people don't get to meet their crush, famous ones.
Like I said, by that time I had developed a level of professionalism in the sense of not being infatuated with Raven while we're, you know what I mean, as we're working, but like anyone close to me, and I'm pretty sure Raven knew, like, oh, this little boy really has a crush on me. You know what I mean? Because that's how I got to the show. But yeah, like I was professional in the sense of, you know what I mean, not being like, you know what I mean, oh my gosh, this is Ravens, I got a crush over. But it was dope as hell to be like that. And then the more I got to work with it, I did probably like maybe 2 to 3 seasons of That's So Raven, something like that. And yeah, as I got older, she really became like a big sister to me. So it was real dope, dude. You know what I mean?
So you never got to shoot your shot?
No.
She don't like niggas, bro.
No. That don't keep it from shooting his shot.
I mean, he would have got shot down.
Yeah.
It's a slippery slope, man. You know what I'm saying? Are y'all still in contact? Do y'all still speak?
Yeah, I just talked to Raven recently. Yeah.
Okay.
That's Big Sis forever, so I love her. Yeah, for sure.
Dope. That's a big opportunity, man. I mean,
Yeah,
even as
absolutely.
any kid, when you coming up Disney Channel, I mean, dog, that's the biggest of the big when you around that type of.
Yeah, I believe so as well. Yeah, like Disney, especially back then. I think back then it was bigger than it is now. Just because everything now is more so on the phone. Kids ain't watching TV at all as much. So it's really even there's no biggest kid channel anymore because kids ain't really watching TV anymore.
Yeah, they on the phone.
They on the phones and tablets and stuff like that. So but back then when there was no tablets, like, you know what I mean? Like things like that, like kids, yeah, they watch TV. Like I was a big Disney Channel kid. I was a fan of the show That's So Raven. That's how I knew I had a crush on Raven Simone. So just to be a part like of a show that I was a fan of, a show that I admired, and you know what I mean, being able to make friends with people I admire like Kyle Massey and, you know what I mean, Orlando Brown and Rondell Sheridan. That
Whoa.
He said a name there.
People.
Orlando Brown.
Yeah.
Now, what was Orlando Brown like then compared to now? Or has he always been like that?
Orlando Brown's always been talented, a talented individual, outspoken.
Nah, we talking about like, you know, that Orlando Brown we see on Instagram.
What? He know how to get clicks. Just like a lot of niggas.
I think that's. I don't think that's him, bro. I think
he's not man. That nigga's a man. All right, play with him if you want to. Think he a fool if you want to. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, you could tell.
I know him. Hey, like I said, y'all could think he a fool if you want to.
Look, I done heard. I'm gonna tell you where Orlando Brown surprised me. Nigga's nice. Yo, he can rap his ass off,
dog. Nigga.
Yo,
rap his ass.
He is nice.
No. He's one of the people that taught me how to structure like writing raps, and he's one of the people that taught me like, bro. When I say one of the most all around talented people I've ever worked with, my nigga, I mean that, nigga, on my life, bro. I promise you. And I don't work with. I've been in this. I've done work with Eddie Murphy, nigga. I've been in. Nigga, I've told you, Raven Simone, like real legendary people. Nigga, I work with Outkast. Nigga, I've worked with that nigga's one of the most talented people. And I work with Andre 3000, nigga. And I'm telling you that Orlando Brown is one of the most talented people I've ever worked with. And I done stood on the set with Andre 3000. So what that tell you?
Yeah, I believe it. I heard him. I told him, man. My man put me on because he was like, man, I know you because I'm really like, I love MCs. You know what I'm saying? I come from that. He was like, he's like, yo, you need to listen to Orlando Brown. I'm like, not the nigga from the internet. He like, man, I'm telling you, man, I was listening to that nigga for like an hour. Like, super hard. Yeah, shout out to Orlando Brown. So that act that he puts on is crazy too, because a lot of people, you just don't know. You just don't know. He's smart.
Yeah, that's a great act he does.
He's an actor.
He's an actor. I was about to say, come on, bro.
The internet be full of niggas, man. Are there
Listen,
other people?
I'm gonna say it's the same situation how, and it's fucked up because another Disney star who can go out and say whatever the fuck he wants, but just don't get the same type of attention as Orlando Brown. My nigga Shia LaBeouf go out and say whatever the fuck he want to do. Do whatever the fuck he want to do. And I love him. Shia LaBeouf is one. And Shia LaBeouf can rap his ass off. Yeah. Yeah, do your research on Shia. Yeah. Ooh. I'm telling you, man. So them niggas know what they be doing, bro. Them niggas ain't no fools. Them niggas ain't, but they gon' pick at Orlando Brown, of course, more so. We don't got to speak on why.
Right, we know.
What's understood don't got to be explained. So they gonna pick at Orlando. And you know what I mean? He's going to get the headlines more often. But there's other people that do it that come from that same Disney background. They just choose to bury it and put certain people to the forefront for whatever agenda they got.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what was your, out of all the roles you played, what was your most challenging role?
Challenging? I did a movie called Of Boys and Men, directed by my man Carl Seaton. It was with Robert Townsend and Angela Bassett. Like I said, I
keep shooting these.
I'm not gonna keep telling you niggas what's real.
Hey man,
you better understand this shit. Angela Bassett, Faison Love. Yeah. Big Worm, nigga.
Yeah.
I'm fucking playing with Bobby J.
Say Big Bobby J on you.
Man,
the mom got to see him.
Man, come on, man. Stop playing.
They seeing him.
Come on, man.
So that movie, that was a movie?
That was a movie called Of Boys and Men. It was actually a very good film as well. You can find it on like Amazon Prime and stuff. I still be watching it just because the older I've gotten with certain movies that had certain good storylines, I didn't quite understand them when I was acting. I was still a kid. So I didn't understand life and adults going through different relationship problems and it affecting children and things like that, you know what I mean? But now that I go back and watch certain things, like it's like, damn, this was a really good film. Like I just probably like 5-10 years ago really understood the movie Idlewild, and I was in that movie, you know what I mean? And it's like, damn, that's a dope ass production, like cold. But yeah, like we did that movie and it wasn't a comedy by no means. Like there were chances in that movie for me where I was supposed to be, there was times to be funny, but for the most part, it was a drama. So that role was probably one of my most challenging because I was so used to being funny and being able to play all day. And I think that's nothing to, I never really think as a kid I was funny. I was one of the kids that just played too fucking much. Like, and I just played too fucking much. I was a big ass ball of energy, and I said whatever the hell came to my head without pushing certain boundaries of getting disrespectful to adults or things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? But I was just one of them kids that's just like, you know what I mean? Like you see, it's a lot more common now, like because the kids got the internet and certain things to see that they can learn from. Yeah. But back then in early 2000s, people like, where the fuck you getting this from? Where the fuck is this kid? You know what I mean? What is he talking about? How does he know to talk like this? How is he so well spoken? Blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So, man, like I said, that was probably one of the most challenging roles because it forced me to be serious and stop playing so damn much in between takes because you got to get in the character, and then you got people like Angela Bassett and Robert Townsend who really take their art serious. They are in character. Yeah. They are not playing. They don't want to hear jokes in between scenes. And there's time to joke. And like I said, then when you work with these people, it's a blessing because you learn that sense of professionalism. You learn that, you know what I mean? And you get to pass that down. Now when I'm considered an OG now to people that's coming up, and I get to pass that on and, you know what I mean, and show different things that I learned. So it's dope, you know what I mean? For sure. But that would probably, be my most challenging role if I had to pick one.
Okay. You're going to make me go check that movie, too.
Yeah, go check it out. It's a good movie.
I got Amazon Prime. I got that.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I got Amazon
that. I got Amazon Prime.
You got that movie? You got that Prime Video,
I got that Prime, baby.
Come on, I be on there. Prime, give a boy a deal or something, man. We can do a show or something, because I be on there. I spend a lot of money with y'all.
So, all right, so let's transition to that. I like you saying that. So even being around somebody like Nick Cannon, right, who produces and writes and directs and does all these things, I know that's got to inspire you to have your own things that you want to create. Are there some things that you're working on, that you're pitching? I want to get to the music next, but even in film, like, do you have some ideas?
Yeah, absolutely. I got some ideas that I'm currently developing and writing with some good friends of mine who are also young actors that came up in the business. You know what I'm saying? Got some projects that I'm gonna, like I said, writing and gonna help produce on, and I'm also doing a series that I'm gonna act in that's gonna accompany my EP.
Dope. Good transition. Let's talk about the EP. So you do music too. We was talking about Orlando Brown and Shia LaBeouf, but you do your music. You just came and did New Music Monday. Yeah. You know, how was that experience for you?
That was fun. I had a blast. It was dope. I got to get up here and, you know what I mean, work my, you know what I mean, sharpen my performance skills. And I'm such a cool, laid back nigga, so you know what I mean. I be trying to chill, and I be like, but I'm like, bro, you gotta kind of, you know what I mean, gotta gravitate to the crowd. So I be trying to get them, you know what I mean, get them good habits on the stage before I start, you know what I mean, making people pay to come see me. You know what I mean? I want to make sure I can put on a good show.
Do you rehearse a lot?
No, and I probably should.
That's the number one advice we give all the artists.
I just perform when I get an opportunity to perform, which probably ain't good. I should start rehearsing or start, you know what I mean? But I mean, I don't know. I got times where I might be in the mirror, like I might be getting dressed, getting ready for something, and I might be playing one of my songs in the background, and I had that moment that I feel like every rapper that ain't did it yet, like that sold out arena moment in my head. Now I'm damn near performing in my head, and I don't even realize I'm basically rehearsing, but I'm not purposely rehearsing.
Right.
But yeah, maybe if you consider that rehearsing, I do that sometimes, a lot of times.
A lot of times.
Yeah.
You rehearsing, you getting in mental preparation.
Yeah.
So how long you been doing the music?
Shit, I've been doing music. Music is what opened the door for me to act. And it's crazy that acting's now giving music the favor back. Like, all right, you feel me? Like, all right, you open the door for me, now my turn to open the door for you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I said, I was rapping on the Apollo. I was rapping Bow Wow. So music has always been my first love. Music has always been the thing that I thought was like, that was going to be my thing. Like,
So you never stopped for real?
Nah, hell no.
So I'm gonna take it you was a Bow Wow fan.
Yeah, I fucked with Bow Wow.
Yeah, because you said you performed it, so I was like, you gotta be.
Yeah, I fucked with Bow Wow coming up. Hell yeah.
What
I mean,
song-
who didn't?
What song did you perform from Bow Wow?
The Bow Wow Wow Yippee Yo Yippee Yay. I can't remember exactly what the name of that song was, but the Bow Wow Wow
When he
Yippee
first
Yo,
came
Yippee
out?
Yay, where my dogs at, the one with Snoop on
With
it.
Snoop.
Bobb'e.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I performed that joint. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
So you mentioned a lot of big names, right?
For sure.
And I know just being me, and I don't get overwhelmed a lot of times by being around celebrities. I just something about me that's just like regular people to me.
For sure.
Who that you work with that you were just overwhelmed with that the fan came out of you? You named a lot of heavy hitters, like you had Robert Townsend, you had Eddie Murphy, you got Nick Cannon. I heard Angela Bassett. That's a lot of names. So I know out of all those
That's
people.
what I'm trying to, but see, it's so many more. I got to really sit back and think who the fuck.
Like when you walked in the room, you was just like, yo, that was.
I'm not going to lie. Probably Tamala Jones.
What?
Yep.
For real?
Because I remember seeing, I remember I snuck and watched Next Friday. And probably a few months later, I was sitting across from her doing a table read for Tracy Morgan show. And because that was somebody like that I had just seen on fucking a movie, and this was my first, like, you know what I mean, time, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, so that's probably like my first, because like I said, I developed a sense of professionalism kind of fast, so I got past the being fanned out stage pretty fast. But Tamala Jones was probably the first person that starstruck me, and then John Witherspoon. Tamala and John Witherspoon probably, because like I said, I had just seen Next Friday. I had just snuck and seen it. Not snuck and seen it, but one of my cousins, I ain't no snitch, but one of my cousins was fucking with me, and he let me watch Next Friday with him.
So what type? Like, how was it working with John Witherspoon?
Oh man, it was awesome. Like, John Witherspoon was, for me, my father's father passed away when I was still kind of young, and then my mother's father was in the service. So John Witherspoon to me was like a grandfather that I didn't have at the time. You know what I'm saying? And working with him was dope. Like, I was, you know what I mean, his kids became like my brothers. Like, you know what I mean, Alex and JD became like brothers to me. Like, I would go over their home and chill. You know what I mean, and spend the night, kick it. You know what I mean, have fun. You know what I mean, like. It was dope. Like, he became like a dope family member. Like, you know what I mean? Like that uncle, like that, you know what I mean? That pawpaw, just that crazy old man that everybody loves and everybody got in their family, you know what I'm saying? So it was dope working with John Witherspoon, bro. It was like.
Was he funny off camera?
Hell yeah. He's who he is on camera is who he is off camera. Like, you just can't, certain shit you can't write. I don't give a fuck how good of a writer you are. Certain shit you can't write. Certain people are just great who they are. Like, there's just certain people like. Because certain people don't even read the script. Like, John was one of the people like, okay, I see what the script say, but
I'm gonna do it this way.
Come on, man.
Okay.
You think somebody wrote yet to thee, nigga? Like, let's be real.
Ain't no way.
Yet to thee. Who the fuck will write that? How do you spell yet to thee?
You don't.
You don't.
All right, then. Let me know it.
So let's talk about Wildin' Out.
Yes, sir.
A huge platform, man.
Absolutely.
A big fan of that. I'm actually the tour DJ for the 85 South Show, so they're my dogs, man.
Yeah, they're my dogs. Shout out DC, Los, Chico. They're my dogs, man.
So even watching them, I never get tired of watching it. It's just amazing the improv skills that you got to have,
man,
to do that. Talk about that, man, that process of even being around them type of guys, you having to keep up with that, the process of being on Wildin' Out, all of that.
I mean, for me, personally, I come from a long line and a long family of just pointless shit talkers. That means people that just talk shit for no reason.
Yeah.
I ain't did nothing to you. Why are you talking shit to me today? Like, that's just who my people are. You know what I mean? It just ain't nothing, you know what I mean? It's nothing that we could do about that. Like, that's just who they are. So I feel like that alone prepared me for, like, what we do at Wildin' Out. And then when you get to Wildin' Out, DC and Chico and Low Down, we don't do shit but talk shit. Pointless. We just talk pointless shit to each other all day long. Crack jokes, high. I mean, it's just like, it's just a camaraderie, like, amongst niggas. And you learn from people. Like, you know what I mean? You learn different skills and different things on how to just be loose up there and just, you know what I mean, let things come to you. Like, pause. That sounded weird. But, yeah. Be just, you know what I mean, to let the shit happen, pause. Like, it's just weird how I keep saying certain shit and I'm not liking how it's sounding.
Let them cook.
Yeah, but, however, yeah, like, you learn different skills, bro, like, just from, because them niggas is legends, bro. Them niggas is young legends. Them niggas is goats. And I feel like when it comes to improv, that's one of the things that either you got it or you don't.
You can't learn that.
You can't really learn it. So it's like you can sharpen it. If you got it, you can sharpen the iron for sure. Mm-hmm. But you can't really learn how to improv. Like, I don't believe so. Like, in my opinion, like, I feel like it's either you got it or you don't.
Is it like a read? You have to read the crowd. You have to know how to read the crowd, or is it? You
gotta know how to read the crowd. You gotta know how to read your peers. You gotta know how to read the room, read the situation. You gotta have a killer instinct. That's what I ain't gonna lie. That what's crazy is I didn't realize that until I had a conversation with D-Rec, maybe my second season. And I'm like I've been knowing D-Rec and Nick Cannon and producer Niall Evans for probably years beyond us doing Wildin' Out. Mm. So I remember I came to D-Rec one time, like midway through my second season. I'm like, like, if you had to tell me, like, what you think how I'm doing in my first couple seasons, what you think? He's like, bro, you killing it. He's like, I just want to see you apply that killer instinct, and I know you got it. Like, apply it. Like, and that was like tap more. Like, nigga, like, don't be afraid to, like, when somebody say a joke, like, nigga, if you got something that's funny that you can, like, hurry up and say in the middle, like, nigga, go with that. Like, nigga, it's just like, go with it. You know what I mean? Like, don't be afraid to make them moments within the show, because that's what it's all about. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, like, you gotta have that killer instinct for Wildin' Out. Like, and if you got it, you'll survive.
Okay,
for sure.
And you gotta have that because it's really like battle. I mean, it's the trenches. Like, I came up like in the battle rap era. So when you around, you gotta always be ready. You around the best of the best. So I've even seen like behind the scenes stuff where y'all will just be battling and freestyling for no reason. And you got guys like Hitman Holla and Charlie Clips in there. These ain't comedians. These are real battle rappers. So
Charlie Clips is like almost like my arch nemesis / best homie. Like, that's the homie. Like, that's my guy. Like, I go at it with Clips. Like, but I only go at it with him because I'm a fan of what he does. So I gotta poke the bear to get him started. Like, I gotta, like, fuck with Clips just to get him to, you know what I mean? Like, go like spaz, like how he a spaz in a real battle.
Bang the table.
Such a nigga. I gotta do shit with.
No doubt.
When I talk.
That's that battle shit.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you don't get intimidated, like.
Fuck no.
You got that's good.
Hell no.
Because you'll see.
I ain't gonna lie. I actually told one. I don't know who it was. I can't remember which one of them it was. I was talking to. I was talking shit. I think it was Conceited. I think I'm talking shit to Conceited one day. I told him, I said, bro, I'll beat you in the battle. Nigga, set it up, nigga.
Yeah.
Nigga, 3 rounds, nigga. What we doing, nigga?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't back down from nothing. Like, and then I like to. It's like Kobe, bro. Like, you think Kobe was like, nigga, Mike, get your ass out here and let's do this shit. Nigga,
right.
Like, I don't give a fuck. I want to go against all the greats and at what they do and see if I can, nigga, I want to see how I measure up. You feel what I'm saying?
That's how you
Like,
become great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you can't be soft on that show, man.
Nah, fuck
like,
no.
I really like the whole concept and everything.
You can't really let your feel. Because at the end of the day, it's just, we doing it to entertain the people in the crowd. We got a crowd of people to entertain, and we got a crowd of people at home that we got to entertain. So it don't take nothing personal.
So what is that? Even the audition, that's not auditioning for a movie. You know what I mean? So a Wild 'N Out audition is what? They just throw you in a room with these niggas and just say, yo.
Yeah, see, I ain't gonna lie. See, in a sense, for me, I didn't really.
You had the plug. Yeah. Just say it. You had the plug. Nigga, some niggas is connected.
I've been asking Nick for years to like, bro, you gotta put me in Wild 'N Out. You gotta put me in Wild 'N Out. So yeah, he just, you know what I mean, finally like, nigga, come on, you ready? Like, type shit. Yeah, bro made it happen for me. But I went through a process that they call workshops, where you learn the correct way to play them games and the correct etiquette of, you know what I mean, how to get in your light on camera, because we're working with a big stage. You're not on a movie set where you're playing like you're sitting on a couch. So you know, like, I know this space I got to work with. Nah, it's different. You on a full fucking size stage all day, and you got to figure out where your light gonna be. You're blocking. You sometimes got another Wild 'N Out girl, and there's a height discrepancy for me. You know what I'm saying? So she can't be a shadow, Bobby. You got to step up a little bit further. You got to play to the right of her. You know what I mean? So it's different things you got to learn as far as that. Like I said, the correct way to play the games, and then when they implement new games and things like that, I went through that type of process. But I think the audition process, like, it's just people, like, they make people play the games and test their improv skills, and they bring in the vets like Chico and Carlos and DC and you know what I mean, test them and throw them in random wild styles and see what they got, and you know what I mean? And, you know what I mean? Just basically just seeing how your improv skills is, seeing what you made of. Really, that's like the audition process.
And how many seasons have you done?
Shit.
It's been a minute now.
It really ain't been that long. We just do a lot of seasons. We be doing like 2 seasons a year. It'd be crazy. I've only been doing Wild 'N Out since 2018, I think was my first season. And we was 2023, so it's like 5 years.
But that's like,
so we done did like
seasons.
2 seasons a year. I did like 10 seasons, I think.
Yeah.
I did 11. I think season 11 was my first season. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm gonna do 21. So yeah, this be my 11th season, this upcoming season.
that's dope. Congratulations on that, man. That's big.
Congrats.
That's tough, bro.
Yeah, appreciate that.
That's tough.
Yeah,
Is it like sports? Like, you know, you play sports, you know what I'm saying? You get like the rookies in it, they haze niggas, like the new ones that come in, y'all.
They try.
Like that. Yeah.
They try. I
can
just
imagine.
ain't the one for it. Like, I just ain't. It was so much like when I came to the show, you know what I mean, I was fortunate and blessed to have done so much prior to me getting on Wild 'N Out, and then the people that are already there was accomplishing things on their own. So there was a mutual admiration and a mutual, you know what I mean, kind of respect for what both of us and, you know what I mean, have all accomplished outside of Wild 'N Out, or what they're accomplishing with Wild 'N Out, you know what I mean, and welcoming me in. You know what I mean? So it was never really like no hazing for me. But I done seen them get on a couple rookies' ass now.
I believe it.
E-Man Hudson is evil.
Yeah.
He puts the E in evil. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man. I'm talking about, people would think he really don't like them. But that's my boy though. I never thought. I knew you fuck with me. I know you fuck with Baby J. How could you not?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they be thinking he don't like him, but he just one of the people that's gonna test you. He gonna see what you about, see if you thick skin, see if you know what I mean, if you taking shit personal, or if you here to, you know what I mean, do your job.
Do people really do some people take the jokes personal sometimes?
I've seen it happen for sure. I done seen it happen. Yeah.
Okay.
I seen we had you could probably look it up. Azalea Banks came on that motherfucking tripped out one time.
Yeah, I remember that. She cried.
See, I
made her cry.
gotta go see that episode.
Yeah.
Crazy anyway though. Something wrong with her.
Yeah, and DC made her cry.
She is. Something wrong with her.
Yeah, DC.
She has some good music.
DC definitely made Lil Mama cry. It was crazy.
Yep.
So the music process, what made you really want to start? Like when you started doing the music and you came like even with New Music Monday, what made you what made you want to do the music?
Like I said, it's always been my first love. It's always been, you know what I mean, that's what it got me started. So now that I've reached a point in my life where I've done so much, I've experienced so much things, and it's like now I got a lot more to rap about. Like, I'm not just the kid on TV no more. Like I'm not just rapping about growing up being on TV. Like it's more shit to rap about. Like I've experienced life. I've grown up. Like I've went through things. I've seen the ups, the downs, the middles. You know what I mean? I've seen it all. Not all, but I've seen a lot more than your average 27-year-old because of where I come from, where I went, where I've had to go back to at times. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like it gave me more substance with my music. So it's like now it's a lot of subjects for me to touch on to let people know, like, you know what I mean, who Bobb'e J is in real life versus the roles you've seen me play.
So being that you are on like a Wild 'N Out, is the music secondary or is it secondary to you?
No.
So you give your music just as much priority as you
man,
give.
listen to me. We'll do 3 episodes of Wild 'N Out. This on my son. You can ask anybody. You ever have another Wild 'N Out cast member here? You confirm. You can fact check this. Nigga, we'll do 3 episodes of Wild 'N Out, and I leave the set and go to the studio.
Okay.
Like, it ain't no, I leave one job and go to another. I seen my mama work 2 jobs. Why can't I?
Okay.
Have you ever put out a project before, or is this EP going to be your first official?
This EP going to be my first project. I put out singles and records and things like that, but I've never consistently dropped music. Like, now I'm consistently, I done dropped 2 singles in, like, the last month. And now the EP's coming at the end of this month. So,
how's it doing?
What, the EP?
The singles.
Yeah. How's the singles doing?
Oh, they're doing good. They're doing real good. I'm actually very happy with what's going on with the singles. Like for them to be my first singles, I think I did top 100 with both of them. One peaked at 62, the other at like 50 something, 56 or 54, something like that. It was smooth though. It was it's getting better. Like I'm progressing. Like I'm not seeing any, you know what I mean, digress in when I'm releasing. So that's all I got hope for is positive results and to keep, you know what I mean, climbing.
Do you find the music business hard?
I wouldn't really say it's hard. It's just shit.
Or challenging?
It depends on how you really look at it. I wouldn't say it's challenging. I just say I think any industry that you're trying to get into is challenging. I don't know if you're trying to be a lawyer, nigga, that's challenging.
Right.
You gotta go to school forever. Shit for real. Like that's just no cap. You know what I mean? You trying to be a doctor, nigga, you gotta go be in school for 10 years type shit. Like it's ridiculous. So anything that you wanna do in life, anything that's worth really having, it's gonna oppose its own challenges. It's just shit. Are you strong-minded enough to take on the challenges that come with what it is you want to do? Do you want to do that bad enough, or do you, you know what I'm saying? Do you want it bad enough? And that's what it really boiled down to.
So what's your process for putting the project out? Are you independent? You trying to get a major? Or you trying to do a partnership?
I'm independent. In the perfect world, I'd probably do something like a distribution deal, partnership, joint venture-ish type of thing. I really don't because I'm the type of nigga where I don't want to say I don't like to listen, but when it comes to no for real, it's not that I listen, but when it comes to my art, like my music, something that's like real near and dear to me, like I really don't have no understanding because this is my shit. Like that's like my baby. That's my baby before my son. Like music, that's my baby. So like it's saying go with my son. Like I don't got no, that's mine. I don't got no understanding about nothing. Period. What I say go when it come to that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like don't fuck with that. Bottom line. So when it come to labels, you get in situations where I've seen artists be mad because they can't drop music or holding an album or they're pushing this song instead of that song and they're holding this type of. I don't never want to be in a situation where now it's taking the fun out of something that I loved to do at one point. Like I don't never want to get to that point.
So you'll want to stay independent.
Yeah, if I can, like that would be or if I get in a situation where I do sign some type of deal, I would make sure it makes sense for me as far as owning my music, maintaining my masters, and you know what I mean, things like that. Like certain things that's just non-negotiable. If I'm gonna sign a deal with somebody, like it's just certain shit's gonna be non-negotiable. I don't give a fuck about no advance. Like I don't really, that shit's not gonna move me. Like I want ownership. The money gonna come. You know what I mean?
So you wouldn't be interested in the advance?
I would take it, but I'm not. That's not the.
That ain't the goal.
That's not the goal. Now the goal is to maintain ownership because I truly believe good music gonna sell itself. The money gonna come. Now I can rap my ass off. This shit, like nigga, this shit going to the masses. People gonna love it. I came this motherfucker. I didn't get a bad review from very experienced veterans with it that have seen a lot of motherfuckers come in here.
Yeah.
It was another motherfucker that been in this music shit 20 years didn't get the type of reviews I got.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that
happens.
It happens. You know what I mean? It happens. And that's not me being cocky because I could come in here the next time with some shit that y'all like, nah, that ain't it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's just how it go. That's the, you know what I mean? That's how it go. That's why you go and get them opinions. You know what I mean? That's why you go and get it. Like I can take them opinions, but when it comes to like, okay, if you tell me something is it, and I say, okay, well we going with that, then we going with that. Sorry, gotta stop hitting the table.
Gotta stop hitting the table.
Gotta stop hitting the fucking table, Bobby.
Now you do have the luxury of having a name and a brand already.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So the good thing is you can make your music for fun and release it the way you want to because you have eyeballs and connections. You know, a lot of these guys, you know, they ready to sell their soul for a pack of backwoods just to get on. You know what I'm saying? Because they have to. You know what I mean? So that is that's good that you have that.
It's a blessing for sure.
Yeah, though. So lean into that. You know what I'm saying? Because you can. So other things that you can lean into because of who you are there certain producers and artists that you're able to collab with that, you know, the average person wouldn't be able to, or that you're looking forward to doing, or that you already did?
Yeah. I mean, I done had certain artists that I've had that I got access to I can, you know what I mean, work with. But while we on that subject, hey, 3 Stacks, me and every other rapper in the game want a verse. Just saying. Speaking on me in behalf of every rapper. Just saying.
Bring it back.
But yeah, just had to put that one out there.
Shoot your shot, champ.
I'm telling you, I'm either Steph or I'm Tony Allen. We gonna find out. I don't want to be Tony. I don't want to be Tony. I would hope I'm Steph. We gonna see if I'm Steph or not. But hey, I've had a chance to collaborate with some dope rappers. I got a record with my man O&B Peasy, who's one of my favorite rappers.
Oh, we rock with Peasy.
Yeah, my guy. Yeah, man. Schoolie. I got records with Schoolie, another one of my favorite artists. I got some pretty dope records, and then I got some dope connections with some rappers that I know I could call when I'm really ready
when it's
for
time.
that. But I'm very adamant on I want to kind of gain my respect with the music on my own, like on my own 10 toes first before I go and start getting features, because I never want to be that guy to be like, oh, he only popped off because this nigga got on his song. I never want to. Yeah. I don't want to hear that shit.
Don't be that guy.
If I pop off, it's gonna be because they fucked with the music that I was putting out by myself, me, what I'm doing on these records, and then we can go get some features after that.
Yeah. So how would you describe your style? Because you're from Kansas City.
Yeah.
You live in L.A.
Yeah.
Back and forth
in Atlanta.
Yeah. So what is your style like?
I can't really describe it for real. I don't know. Like my style would kind of be like, I guess it's like, I get my slick talking, like my game from where I'm from, Kansas City, the Midwest. You know what I mean? Like my swag is kind of Southern though. Like I feel like I got a Southern, like when I rap at least, like I got like a kind of in Atlanta, because I came up. I did 2 shows with Tyler Perry, so I spent a lot of my teenage years, them years when the young nigga kind of ripe, so everything kind of, you know what I mean, sticks, and everything kind of molds you into who you end up really becoming. So I spent a lot of time in Atlanta in them tender teenage years. So I feel like Atlanta kind of molded me, the music I was listening to, and you know what I mean, the things that I took a liking to, and in that nature. So I got like a Southern swag meets like some low key player, like how I be rapping. Like my lyrics is like some smooth, I think like Kansas City nigga like type shit, like some, you know what I mean, like some Midwest
player
shit.
shit.
Talking, yeah, how I be talking, like how I be putting my shit together. Like I feel like it's my lingo and shit. That's what I say. My lingo and shit is more so like from back home, but like my swag is like Southern. Yeah, it's like Kansas City meets Atlanta and had like the perfect little good rapping ass baby. It's hard to describe.
I gotta actually being a DJ and knowing that you on TV, you've been around hella entertainers. What do you rap about?
I rap about the things I've seen, the things I've done, what I've been through. I let people know who Bobb'e is so they can separate. Nigga. See, that's the thing. Some shit is just in you and not on you.
Right. Okay.
It's just some shit is just you just can't help your lineage. You can't help where you grew up and the things you saw, the things you experienced. Like you cannot help that. Like I cannot help my background. Like you can't help where you come from, and I stay true to where I came from. I'm not without saying too much. I always,
but you know that
maintain my connection to the trenches, what they call it, these young whippersnappers.
But you know that'll be the first thing they say. Well, he's an actor. He's on TV. He ain't from the streets. Why we?
The thing about that with me is, I know me, man.
Right.
I gotta stop hitting the table, but I know me. I know where I'm from. I know what I'm about. I know what I will do, what I won't do. I know the principles I stand on. You know what I'm saying? What people they consider, because I rap about certain things that that's gangster. Like that's me trying to be gangster. My definition of gangster ain't nothing illegal, ain't nothing tough, whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? Like gangster to me is the fact that I bought my mama a house. You know what I mean? I was able to. That's gangster. You feel me? That's gangster, bro. That's hard. Like I said, gangster. Like everybody can't do that. Anybody can get their hands on a gun. Anybody can get and shoot it. Anybody can get their hands on some narcotics and sell them. Anybody can get their hands on something and see somebody and rob them or do this or do that. And you know what I mean? Like anybody can do some bullshit. And if that's your, you know what I mean, definition of gangster, then your perspective fucked up. So I don't want you to listen to me no way. Get away from me. Right. Your whole train of thought is fucking off. Right. Get away from me. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah, but like I said, because I know who I am in real life, like I said, if they can't separate the fact that I play roles and I'm a real person in real life too, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there was a time I got off these sets and I went home. I had real core values that I had to stick to. And nigga, I was a rich kid and I was getting put on punishment all the time. Like, I'm staying suspended from school and I didn't get to do what the fuck I wanted to do. Like I wasn't like a lot of kids that came up in the industry. My mama kept her foot in my ass. And that's just what it was, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, when things, and we moved from LA and we moved back home, which was another thing that kind of shaped and molded me, because now I got access to go around my very family members that is still thugging or still doing this. So I'm seeing certain things. Like I said, I'm only going to be a product of where I come from and what I've seen and the things I grew up around. No matter, I would leave Disney Channel, Hollywood, glitz and glamour, and then I would be in the ghetto the next week. Right. Not because I live there, but guess what? My mama got shit she's doing. She got things she want to do. My big brothers, they're standing on this corner and they chilling. So guess what? That's where I'm at with my big brother. That's who got to watch me. And unbeknownst to my mama, these niggas want to go to the block. Right. So guess what? Pack it up, nigga. You coming to the block too. And we gonna get our ass back on the bus and be back before mama get off work. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. And then like back then, like people got to realize, like I got to start back then. So coming in back then, the money in Hollywood wasn't what it was now. You know what I'm saying? So my mama was still keeping jobs at certain times and certain points. Like, you know what I mean? She would do jobs, and mainly because when I'm not working, she's bored. My mom like, well, my kids at school, I'm so used to being on the go. Like, I need to do something. Like, I got to do something to socialize with other adults, because I'm with my son 24/7, taking him here, taking him to say auditions, this appearance, this red carpet, that show. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she spent so much time with me, she needed to get her own social life and her own, you know what I mean, have some adult time to hang with adults, you know what I mean? So, yeah, like, I moved back home, like to Kansas City, like I said, and that gave me the direct access to where exactly I was from. Like, you know what I mean? Like my hood, my block, where my family is from, where I grew up at. Like, and I'm only gonna become a product of where I came from. I didn't grow up in Hollywood just because I was working in Hollywood. That's where people get it fucked up at. It's a job. I was still going back to Kansas City. Right. I lived in LA for spurts. Like I lived in LA for maybe a year doing Tracy Morgan show. And maybe like a year or so, maybe 2 years doing Tracy Morgan show and That's So Raven. But it was times where I was flying to California to do That's So Raven, stay here for 2 weeks, do a couple of episodes. Now I'm back in Kansas City going to public school with other badass kids, seeing shit, learning shit. I'm not in no private school with these uppity kids to where only kids I'm around is kids that ain't doing bad shit. I'm around kids that's doing bullshit. And naturally, I come from a family full of bullshitters. So I want to do the bullshit too. Like I said, some shit just in you. It ain't on you. Like some shit it just comes natural. Like this is what I want to do. Like that little boy that said it's fun to do bad things. Like I was him in real life. Like
I want to do hood rat stuff with my hood rat friends.
Bro, like,
I live by that.
I've been cooped up in Hollywood for the last 7 months, man. Take me to the ghetto. I want to see something different.
Can't wait.
I want to see something different. Like I'm sorry. I want to see a crackhead. Ain't seen one in a minute. Ain't seen one in a minute.
So do you feel like in Hollywood you was in like a sheltered world?
Yeah, and it was so opposite of who I was. And it was like I was forced to be this certain kid in front of these people in Hollywood and forced to
tighten up.
You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? One thing, that's being professional. You're at a job. So like I said, that's something I had to learn, but you know what I mean? But so I was always who I was. Like, and there was times where like shit, it wasn't no controlling me. There was times like if I can get in touch with some of the producers that work with me, they'd tell you like, nah, like we pretty much knew this is who Bobby J really was. Like, the shit he's rapping, the shit he's saying, this is kind of the kid we were dealing with back now. Y'all see why, like, you know what I mean? Like, he was only able to be on the black Disney shows. He couldn't have worked on the other ones. It just wouldn't have worked. I was too goddamn hood for Hollywood for real, but they made it work. That's why, unfortunately, I was always playing some badass kid doing some badass shit because that came natural to me.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I always I like talking to like real people who end up in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Because you get some people, they're born for that. You know what I mean? There's a certain complexion
groomed for that. They know for a fact. Like, I never knew. Like, there was never a thought in my mind. Like, you got kids that grow up like they know for a fact. Like, nigga, I'm gonna be on TV. I'm gonna do this one day. I'm gonna do that. I never knew that. Like, I never had that thought in my head. That wasn't a reality to me. Because where I come from, that shit don't happen. I didn't know Eddie Griffin came from where I came from until I met Eddie Griffin.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I'm 5 years old, so I don't even know how significant it is to make it where we come from to where we at now. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I'm like, shit, nigga, the reality is to do what I see being done. Run up and down the block and maybe play football, play basketball. That would have been the reality of making it out. Like, I never had the reality of being on TV for no like being an actor.
So
that never made.
So being a real nigga in Hollywood, let's just cut to the shit, man, because this ain't the Disney Channel.
For sure.
You're a real nigga in Hollywood. I know you've seen some strange things.
Absolutely.
What is something that you ain't got to say no names, but what's something one day you was like, I don't know if it was like a Hollywood party or you was in a meeting or something, or you seen something, you like, man, what the fuck? Because you hear all these crazy stories about Hollywood and these people.
My mama kept me away from a lot of shit.
Shout out to your mom.
She knew the business. She understood that at the end of the day, my son is still a child. So when we leave here, he's gonna go be a child. If he's not at work on those set, guess where he's at? School with other kids.
But what about when you got older, when your mom, you grown, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see,
Because I was so accustomed to being away from certain shit, I could say probably the craziest thing I seen ain't that crazy. I done seen a nigga snort some cocaine.
Yeah, so that ain't shit.
But that ain't nothing.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? But other than that,
we see that in the block.
I ain't really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But other than that ain't.
I'm always interested in these secret Hollywood parties where they be drinking blood and shit. And
like my mama did a very good job of keeping me away from a lot of shit to where now when I got older, they already know like that he's not one of those. Like, let's put him over there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why you should be like it be. I ain't gonna say, but that's why it should be like it be. Because, okay, he's not. I'm over there then.
Yeah, he good.
He cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you're with.
Yeah.
You spoke on something a little earlier, and I wanted to go back to it like real quick before we go, before we get out of here. Did you experience a lot of the prejudice things that went on at Disney and just in Hollywood period?
Not me personally. That would be a question like maybe my mama did, like during contract negotiations, motherfuckers probably trying to lowball and because where we come from, they think like, oh, they don't know what, like, we can get them this much money and they'll be satisfied with that. We don't got to give them what they're really worth. You know what I mean? Maybe my mama may have went through some of that, but for me, I didn't really see it. And like I said, because again, my mama protected me from a lot of shit. Like a lot of shit she didn't allow me to see, or she was my shoulder pads in my helmet. You know what I'm saying? Like in a dangerous game where the wrong hit can take you out forever. You know what I'm saying? My mama was my protection. You know what I mean? Like she made sure a lot of shit didn't get to me. Like even if it was shit she dealt with, it didn't make it to me. Like I didn't see what she went through on that side as far as dealing with prejudiced people or things like that. I didn't feel none of that.
Okay. So Idlewild, how did you get picked for that part?
So the year that Outkast win Best Album of the Year at the Grammys, I want to say, I think it was 2002, 2003, somewhere in that time. I was doing Tracy Morgan show, and I had went and did an episode of Ellen DeGeneres. I did an episode of her show, and Ellen loved me so much, she called me and was like, well, not called me personally. Don't get it misconstrued like Bobby on here capping. Nah, I'm not capping. Ellen did not call me personally, y'all. But Ellen team, or the people that did her show, they called my team and they were like, well, we want him to do the red carpet coverage for Ellen's show, interview people. So during that time, I'm interviewing everybody. Like, I'm talking about everybody. This is my first time seeing Michael Jackson. My only time seeing Michael Jackson, as a matter of fact.
Talking real heavy.
Yeah, I didn't work with him, but
it don't matter.
I seen Michael Jackson like
it's like seeing an alien.
Michael Jackson like. And once again, that's one of the things you don't understand the magnitude of until you get to a certain age. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, nigga, I met this man. Like, and I can't quite remember who, but I was introduced to him at the Grammy after party.
Right.
And I can't remember whose after party or whose Grammy party it was, but it was some big person, because for Michael Jackson to be at your party, nigga, you somebody special.
Was it light-skinned Michael Jackson? Or dark-skinned Michael?
Light-skinned Mike.
Light-skinned Michael Jackson.
I'm not old enough to know dark-skinned Mike. Only 27.
That's right. I keep forgetting, man.
I'm not old enough to know dark-skinned Mike.
There was no dark-skinned Mike in your generation.
Me, I never knew there was a dark-skinned Mike.
Yeah.
I promise you, until I went and watched that one movie.
He's like, that's Michael Jackson?
Mike?
He didn't get Billie Jean Mike.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, facts. You know. So
it's probably Jamie Foxx party. He had everybody.
It
at
was
his
somebody's party, man. And I remember being on the red carpet interviewing people. And remember, I think I interviewed Usher and 50 Cent. And then Brian Barber walks up to me.
My guy.
Now, I'm going to keep it real. I didn't know who the fuck Brian Barber was. Why? Because he's the director.
Right.
Right.
But little did I know, nigga, Outkast, nigga, they was like one of my favorite niggas, like, growing up. Like, nigga, them niggas, I just like the fact that they just, like, in a time where being aggressive and gangster was like the move, they just was so different. They was just cool and smooth, like, and it was just they was just always on some player shit. Like, that's what I like. That's what I liked about the Outkast. Like, they was just on some. Then I got old and I realized, like, damn, now that's what they name mean. Like, they was Outkast at that time. Like, they was different from everybody else. Like, so it just, the older you get, you understand the genius behind a lot of shit, right? So at the time, like, I'm a big Outkast fans. I remember my favorite, still to this day, my favorite video of all time is Bombs Over Baghdad, right? So
it's one of the hardest songs.
That's one of my, like, ever.
Song
That's
is
like,
crazy.
when I take my favorite video ever to this day, that is the best, that's the greatest video ever in the world. Like, I don't know why. Like, that video makes me want to try some shrooms just so I can go back and watch it and see how it looks.
Yeah.
Because niggas be talking about, you be on shrooms, it should be psychedelic. Like, you should watch it on shrooms. Like, bro, I've never done no shrooms. I'm scared. Like, I seen Soul Plane. I don't want none. Soul Plane fucked it up for me, nigga. I don't want no part of no shrooms. I'm cool. Man, they fucked it up for me. So, yeah, like, but that video is just legendary to me, bro. That shit's so hard. So, I remember Brian Barber came up to me, and I'm like, bro, you're not a rapper, nigga. Who you, nigga? Right? So he like, man, what's up, man? I'm Brian Barber. Okay. What's up, Brian Barber? Like, how you doing? What's up, Brian Barber? How you doing? And he like, man, he said, you don't really know who I am, but it's all good, man. He said, I got a movie for you, man. I like you, man. I got a movie I want you to do, man. I like you. Trust me. I got you. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna get in contact. I'm gonna get your people's contact. I said, all right. So the grown folks handled that business. At some point, he went and got some contact from some people. It was about a couple years later. It was about a year or two later. But he got in touch. No audition, no nothing. He said, hey, remember I told you I got that movie for you. That's rare.
Yeah.
That people keep their word in Hollywood. When they say, oh, some people, you know how many people came to me like, man, I want to work with you. I want you to play my son in this. I want you to do this. And be capping like a motherfucker.
I call that the industry shuffle. They
Yeah,
doing the
you know
music
what I mean?
business
They
too.
just be
Man, we gonna get in the studio one day, man.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Whole lot of cap ass shit, bro. You feel me? Like, and my thing is, as a kid, I'm just happy to meet you. You don't gotta cap me down. That's fucked up.
Right.
Because kids hang on to everything
you say.
That's why I'm careful about what I say to kids. Because it's like if I tell a kid I'm gonna do something, like it's like now I have to. It means something to me to stand on what I said I'm gonna do because I understand how I was as a kid, and when certain adults that I admired and looked up to would tell me like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and they didn't, it hurt. Like, I felt that. So I don't like, you know what I mean? I try my best to not make no other kids.
You got to stand on it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, shout out to Brian Barber for that because he stood on that shit, bro. And a couple years later, he got in touch with me and was like, yeah, we're doing a movie Idlewild. So he flew me down to North Carolina. And I'm so young at the time, I can't even remember what part of North Carolina we was filming in. I just know we was in North Carolina. And I remember us being in, like, swamps and shit like that. And just a whole bunch of shit. And I remember going to my fitting for Idlewild, my first day in North Carolina. I remember going to the damn fitting. And I didn't know this was like some old school movie. So when I get to the damn fitting, I'm seeing all this shit I got to put. Man, I don't want to wear this shit, man. What the fuck is this shit, man? What the fuck? Where the Jordans at, man? Where the Air Force Ones, man? What the fuck? What the shit these niggas be wearing in the video? Man, I want a chain. What's going on? You talking about I'm playing Little Big Boy. This ain't what Big Boy be having on, my boy. This ain't what he be putting that shit on, and this ain't that shit. This some other shit. Like, this some whole other shit, bro. What we doing? So then this way do I throw a fit in my fitting. They put me in the golf cart. They take me to Dre. They take me 3 stacks. He in his fucking trailer playing the saxophone.
Random as hell. Why is this nigga, every story about him is the most random shit?
His fucking trailer.
He was a snake charmer in the
like he's a different nigga, bro. So he in there playing saxophone. Boom, they take me to 3 stacks. And they like, man, Dre, man, tell them clothes is cool. So they filming at the time. Like they already done started filming. They ain't began filming my parts yet, but they're filming other parts of the movie. So Dre's in his wardrobe. So Dre pop out, slick, sax, his the little outfit he got on, the shit we had to wear. I don't even know what the goddamn pre-pan the niggas used to wear back then.
I don't know.
You're not that old?
Nope.
You?
Goddamn, no, I'm not that old.
You is. Knickers.
Knickers.
Yeah.
Yeah, the knickers. So boom.
I ain't that old.
Nigga said you is.
Y'all don't know?
She is.
Auntie, I knew you, baby. Come on, Auntie. You ain't old. You seasoned. These niggas old. Anyways. Anyways.
He said, I ain't got no knickers, nigga.
Yeah, so they take me to Dre. They like, man, Dre, tell him this shit fly. He like, man, bro, this shit fly, man. He talked me up.
Gas you
So
up.
he gassed me up. I'm like, he like, man, you gonna put these on? This is gonna be. He like, I'm about to start back dressing like this right now. And all the videos, I'm about to start back. I'm like, for real, Dre, you about to start dressing like this? He like, yeah. I was like, all right, bet.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, okay.
But no, he kind of did like he did when he did the video and shit like that for the soundtrack. He held on to that style for as long as possible. So I was fucking with it. I fuck with it.
That's a big deal though. A big movie.
Yeah, that shit was fun as hell, man. Like,
Dope.
That shit was so fun. Brian Barber's a fucking genius. I'm not gonna lie, bro. And during the filming of the movie, like, as a kid, I'm like, bro, what is all this weird ass shit that's going on? Like, this is a bunch of weird ass shit around this motherfucker.
Yeah.
These niggas is some weirdos, man. I thought you niggas would be a lot cooler than this. Like I said, now you know I'm a ratchet kid. I'm like, man, you niggas ain't smoking no weed. Cause I just got done doing a movie with Busta Rhymes and Exhibit. Them niggas is on straight nigga time at all times. They smoking weed. I'm seeing half naked hoes running in and out the trailer.
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh, yep, that's them rappers being rappers. That's why I want to work with the rappers.
Right.
Like, I'm seeing rap shit going on.
Right.
But when I work with them niggas, I'm looking around like, bro, ain't no hoes. I don't smell no weed.
The niggas was working.
Yeah, y'all niggas working.
Nigga playing the saxophone.
Niggas are playing saxophone. He playing classical music.
Right.
What's going on? You know what I'm saying? But then I got older and I went back and watched that movie, bro. I'm like, nah, bro. And then now that I'm older, I listen to the songs. I just like them because it just sounded good. Like, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Like, that song just sounded cool to me as a kid. When you go back and listen to like how well put together that song is,
absolutely.
As far as vocally, as far as acoustics. If you go like for instance, like when I go record music, before I record music, I go listen to I put on other artists that inspire me. So like, I remember one day I'm in the studio and I put on I'm Sorry, Miss Jackson, and to hear it in certain speakers and just to hear certain shit that sticks out. Like, I'm a music head, so I just catch certain shit. Niggas is so creative. Like, it's animal noises and the shit and different instruments and just the shit just take you somewhere. The shit you be like, it really fuck your head up. Like, you be like, damn, these niggas did all this on this one song. So if they did all this on this one song, I gotta hear this other song, see what they did on that motherfucker. And then they got so many different tempos, and these niggas can give you church type fast tempos, make you want to shout music, and then give you some fresh and so clean type, just bounce players. Just like, bro, how are you niggas you niggas got range. That's really what it is. You niggas got incredible range. But like I said, when I didn't realize like how dope them niggas was and how dope that them being different was. I didn't get it until I got older and seen how most rappers like, damn, like, and but see, one thing about it is it's easy to be alike. It takes a lot to be different.
Yeah,
it takes a lot to be different. Bro.
That's our biggest problem as DJs. Like, even with New Music Monday, we be like, yo, bro, we already got a Future. We don't need another Future. We got a Lil Baby. We don't need another Lil Baby. We need a you. Because everybody sounds
That's another thing why probably it took me so long as far as music goes to kind of try to get my shit like start releasing music because I spent a lot of time trying to find myself as an artist and kind of try to find a sound that was like, even if it is inspired by someone, it's not like I'm trying to sound exactly like this particular rapper or this particular sound. Like, it's something about this sound that's me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's kind of why I took so long to actually start dropping music because, like I said, I never stopped. It just was like, I didn't want to come out sounding like everybody else, even if I was talking about the same shit. I'm gonna sound different doing it.
Yeah. Definitely.
I'm looking forward to hearing the project, man.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, we're gonna hold you down.
Yeah.
Before we get you out of here, we gotta play this game.
Okay.
We got a game, so we're gonna test your black card.
Oh,
You know what I mean? You from
Kansas.
City.
Yes, sir.
You lived in L.A.
I did that.
You did Atlanta.
Sure enough.
You been around niggas your whole life,
Houston.
so you should be fine.
Should have no problem.
You should be fine.
Should have no problem.
All right.
I should be all right.
So the way the game works, I'm gonna ask you a question. You got 15 seconds to answer the question.
All right.
Ready?
Yep.
All right. List 3 black boxers.
Nigga, Joe Louis, Floyd Mayweather, Muhammad Ali.
Boom. All right.
That's easy.
That was too easy.
Okay. No, don't say that because I'm trying to be cool. You know, we got the other nigga up out of here. List 3 items commonly found in a black household.
Seasoning salt, fly swatter, goddamn cleaning supply.
There we go. I see here improv nigga. He gonna
2
kill
might
us.
be questionable.
What?
A fly swatter?
Yeah.
No,
Well,
nigga.
back when I was
ain't-
coming, not now. Okay, I'll say nowadays, but when I was a kid, I'm an old nigga too, bro. This ain't as old. I'm not y'all type of old. I'm old to these new young niggas. Y'all real old.
No, listen.
I'm old.
You can't y'all me with him. He's a whole different generation than me.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm old.
Yeah, I
He
think-
real old. He real old.
I'm grown. He old. I'm grown. You getting there?
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
that.
you like
I
that?
like that.
Alright, yeah.
I like that.
I
one.
like that.
I
We can agree on that.
Yeah, I'm grown.
That was a good one.
All right. Ready?
Yeah.
You should get this. List 3 bad boy recording artists.
Biggie Smalls, Shine, and Loon.
These too easy. I need to get him in the business.
Yeah, you giving them the easy one.
Yeah, hold on.
I'm a
Yeah.
music head, so them bad boy recording, that was too
Yeah.
easy. I could go in 112. I can keep going with the bad boy.
Oh, this is a movie question. Okay. Nah, that might be easy for you too. But if it's on brand. All right. Okay. List 3 black film producers.
Spike Lee, John Singleton, Ava DuVernay.
This nigga black, y'all. Hey, man, you batting 1,000.
3 for 3.
He 3 for 3. Woo! You might break the record, bro. All right. Name 3 black love story movies.
Love Jones, Love and Basketball. Dead Presidents was low-key a love story.
Give me another one.
How was it not?
That was too low key. Give me another one.
No.
Dead Presidents?
Yes.
Because she died for him?
Yes. That's real fucking love. If a bitch die for me, bitch, I'm patting your face tomorrow. I ain't gonna tell you if you alive, but if you die on me, bitch.
I'm gonna wake you up and love you forever. I'm gonna give you that one. All right, we got one more. Let's do this is some real nigga shit.
Okay.
List 3 ways to say the word gun.
Shit, strap, fire, that thing.
This the nigga, man. Go ahead, man. This the first 5 for 5. I think we done had.
First 5 for 5.
Oh, Bobby J. Black is fuck.
And now you see why I am how I am.
Come on,
Cut
man.
the Hollywood talk. He's a straight.
Yeah, exactly.
There you
Straight knee Negro.
Yes, it. A real one, man. Shout your social media and everything for everybody to know where to
You can
find you.
catch me on Instagram, man. I am _King Bobby J. Twitter King Bobby J. And that's pretty much it for social media with me.
That's it, man. Appreciate you coming through, man.
appreciate y'all
That's
having
it. Make some noise one more time for Bobby J. We'll catch y'all next time. Like, share, subscribe to We Outside Show. We outside.
Gang.